Let there be light, and there was light. Of course, you have joined me, and of course, the said God on Crimey Queen's YouTube channel. So, welcome. And of course, this is where we get excited about words and numbers, numerology to be precise. I love numerology. Of course, this is where I really embark onto the essence of the God said, the said God. I say her that way, and I think she doesn't mind that we are talking about Mother Eve. Eve in the Garden of Eden, or the mother of all mothers, the mother of all living. Yes, or the serpent, as we say, or Satan, or Saturn, the Kundalini, pineal gland, Christ spirit. Yes, Christians, Christ spirit too. Yeah. Yeah. It's really just so delicious to uncover, unravel, or uncurl, or uncoil, literally, the beauty of the words in the Holy Bible of King James Version. Yes, now King James Version of the Bible is a mathematical construct as much as it is a very delicious book of delicious stories. Yes, of course, very palatable when you get to understand the dynamics and the workmanship or the of course, they were guided by the said God, Mother Eve. Why not? I think to some extent, yes, they had to be. Although Mother Eve has confirmed that a lot of the things that were done and said in the construct of that makeup was deliberately done to deceive some minds, to deceive minds. Yes, Mother Eve told me this. Yeah. And if you don't believe me, you can ask her yourself. I'm sure she would be happy to confirm this. Now, of course, you remember you have your own unique language and dialogue with Mother Eve. So, as I say, perhaps one of the best ways to do that, that's how I can recommend that to you. I also use a pendulum in my communication with Mother Eve, especially if I'm not certain about certain things. So I use a pendulum, and I, of course, oftentimes just ask a question. I could be anywhere without a pendulum or anything. Just ask the question, and the thoughts come to your mind. And then, if you're not so certain of getting that conviction, then you ask. You have this dialogue. And don't be afraid to have this dialogue with Mother Eve. Now, we are talking about numbers. We are talking about the magic of number two right now. So what I was doing, of course, I was talking about Mother Eve. Mother Eve is also the one responsible for the throat chakra, because she is the voice. Reminds me about growing up in St. Lucia. I knew there was the Voice newspaper, and I came over to England, and then there was the Voice, and it seemed like everywhere there is a voice. Of course, some people don't really need the voice as much because they have gone to the telegraph, or the independent, those kind of things. But it's always people still having a form of communication with the said God. So we are talking about words at the end of the day and the numerical values and constructs. So the said God, of course, who is responsible for the voice, you can imagine how important that is for us. Now, especially as I was saying, I mean, if one did not have a voice, for instance, you would, one, it's important one have a voice, because if you don't have a voice, how can you be heard? Now, people who are not able to speak or articulate in terms of whatever hierarchical construct that they were endeavoring to be heard, they would have a mediator, wouldn't they? A medium, still representing the fruit chakra, still representing that on behalf of them, So that is showing the enormous importance of having your voice heard. And particularly, I was going to say, Just take, for instance, when you hear someone say, I love you, you know, particularly if we had that shared feeling um, or emotion towards them, how wonderful and how I was gonna say honey seem to just seep down into your heart, don't it? And you feel so good. It's like no one could really spoil your day. No matter what they said, they could say the most awful things, but you know, you would know that there is a wonderful serum that goes down to the heart and pierces, you know, it sort of just spills to every area of your being, even to the tip of your fingernails. You just knew that you loved. Mm-mm-mm. Wonderful. Now, so of course, any female in particular could tell you that, because the female, of course, she is like water, and the water, of course, are words, is words like the serpent. So she is really identifying directly with the said God. That's why it is important for the female to hear those words, I love you. Now just let's look at the word I love you and see the numerical value, Love, and you, You. Of course, let's just do this here. This is 9 and this is 3, 6, 4, 5, of course. And these are all numbers. Of course, when we do the numerical value for the word 4, that turns to 6. Of course, this is how we know 6 is the love number. And the same would be for 5. Of course, would be 6 as well. That's the love number. We have seen the beauty of the number 3 being the M, of course, symbolizing the breast that gives nourishment, and symbolizing the M for mother, of course, and the W, of course, our image. And then we have the E as in, well, ebook. Again, we are talking about words. Yes. Okay. That's Mother Eve just dropped this one on me there. I think it's so delicious, the ebook one. Okay, so this is the beauty of the 3 right there in the word love. So we can see the dynamics of the word love right there. Okay, now if we add this together, of course, 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So this is where we see 9, of course, is the love number. And people will tell you 6 is the love number. That is so true, because when we do the numerical value for the word 9, 5, 5, 9, 5, and add this together, 15 plus 9 would be 24. 2 plus 4 is 6, of course. There we are again. So we can see how 9 is also 6. All right. Now, so for you, of course, now for you, this is also important. Like I was saying, for you, meaning for you, it's also FOUR, for you. And you could see the U, of course, would be for yous, like you, of course. That would be 3, 3, 3, 3. We could do this. 3, 6, 6 and 6 is 12. Of course, 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. And that again gives us that petal flower right there. For you, that's a good acronym for you. It's the 8 petal flower. Now back to you here as a word. This is 6, 7, 6, of course 3. And add this up, we have 16. 1 plus 6 is 7, of course. Now 7 again, if we did this, we would have 20. We have done this. It's like saying they're confirming, the word you is confirming there are 2 aspects of you. Hence we have W. Okay. Now let's add these numerical values, which is 9 plus 9, 18. 18 plus 7, of course, this would be 15. 7 plus 8, 15. And this would be 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. We are talking about that whole, that one in the in essence, as number one. It's like saying back to the Matrix, where ooh, I'm trying to remember his name again, but he says to Neo, you are the one. In essence, when someone says, I love you, they are saying, you are the one, because seven, as I say, we had this seven, and it's like, and in the middle of seven too, the word seven, we have Eve. Okay, I'm going back to seeing, yes, seven, how seven is also one. I'll have to show this to you. So one, this is what I meant to do. Five, five. Okay. So when we add these together, we have 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. So when someone says to you, for instance, they say, I love you. You are the one. You are the one. Right there. Okay, you are the one. And 7, of course, it's like the I. The I here is like the a mirror in you. Is the W we are talking about right there. Now, I think that is truly a wonderful way of making sense of the numbers. Now, I was hoping that Mother Eve would have brought us onto the number that we really want to explore, of saying it's number 3, the magic of number 3. Of course, I love you is 3 words. We see that I as a subword, and it would be interesting. I'm just thinking how many letters in there. Love has 4 letters, and you has 3 letters, and we have 1. So that as well, I love you again, in the amount of letters right there, we can see 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 plus 3 is 8. So there we see again as the number 3, which we were looking at. We did look at number 3 as the W or number E. I am trying to recall, but here we see that we have 8, of course, is here the 8 petal flower. That is whole, the number of infinity right here. So we can see love in essence of this presentation. It is really saying that love is infinite right there. I love that. I really do. So I'll do this again. I love you. So we have 4 letters here, and 3 letters here, and 1. Of course, when we add these together, it becomes that 8 petal flower that I have just drawn. It's that infinite. Yes. So when someone says to us, I love you, and we don't have to question their authenticity or anything like that, because that's what we tend to do. Oh, does he really love me? Or, you know, if we embrace that, of course, we are connecting at the level of that vibration with the person, of course. And where 2 comes together, according to Christ, there it shall be. You know, meet with that person on that level or that vibration. I love you. Oh, I would not let those words go to waste. Now, the other thing I wanted to say, why a woman really knows all this, and I'm hoping men really get to watch this and watch this carefully, because words, and men know that. They know that, because that's why they often give us a 6 for, we say they give us a 6 for a 9. But again, women do understand where the 9 is, the 6 is there also. As we have done the numerical value for NINE, that's where we are the ones who, it's how we interpret the whole thing. Hey, so we have done this. We've seen that this is 24, and of course 24 is 6. So when someone is, we say, giving us a 6 for a 9, they're meeting with us at where we're at. We are 6. We are 6. The 9 is the formation of birthing, and as long as we have 6, we have the ingredients for birthing and of course, conceiving whatever it is that we want. Okay, so 9 is also 6. Now, there where I'm talking about men in particular, I say men in particular, perhaps it's either way, but know us women, we love to hear the words, I love you. Now, it doesn't mean you have to say this like, when it becomes boring or till it becomes boring, but when you do say the words, because as I say, the words are like, it's like the serpent, and it takes rise. It takes rise. So the serpent really rises within the person or the individual. It could be a child. When you say I love you to the child, the serpent takes a rise up. It rises up. The person becomes full of life. No one can really ruin their day. You could say whatever you want. They are feeling strong. They are feeling vibrant and lovely and complete. Now, why is this so? Why is this so? Because they hear the words Hear. They hear the words. And of course the word, the H, is really like the 8. It's like a ladder has gone up into where all the brain, the heart, and all of those things, they feel strong. The 8 is really set. Now that is set, but the H itself is like it's like a step ladder that goes into the air. Now another wonderful thing, it goes into the air, but is it only about the air? Oh no, 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 no. It goes into the heart. This is the juice of the secret Mother Eve wants us to know or wants us to acknowledge. Now, as I say, if you find it hard saying I love you to someone, you have not really mastered the art of getting into the middle of the heart, which is where you want to be. You want those words to resonate in the heart, right here, in the heart. Now, more so in the heart, you want it to be in the A, the number 1, to say you are the one, because A has the numerical value of 1, O-N-E, and we have done the numerical value as 1 for 1, that gives us 7. Of course, 7 is that which we are, the 6th day of rest and the 7th day as the Sabbath, or in essence, the 7, that is the serpent within us. There, the serpent is the one I've gone into the heart, But I must warn people that the words that you utter, let them be authentic, let them be true, let them be kind, because the serpent is not going to just lie there forever and not sting you back if you are not being true. Because remember, what is there in the heart is also here in your heart. So what is there in the person's heart is also there. Here and there is really very much attached. And it is in he, as I have said, and it's also in her. So we have a duty to be accountable for the words that we use. Now, we were talking about number 3. I am not sure whether to make this number 3, number 2, number 8, but let's see where we can just marry of course, the aspect of number 3 would be really wonderful. So let's look at 3. Of course, 3 is 2, and okay. I know I have covered number 3, as in when I was doing this, but I really oh, well, yes, of course. Mother Eve is so brilliant. Okay, so as I said, what's in here? This is the thing. What's in there T-H-E-R-E, is also hair. So we have there. So what's in there? And of course, there's another thing to remember. What we're talking about, the serpent and words, and we're talking about what you utter in the air of your spouse or your child. And to make sure the air, of course, the word air also equals 6. The word air, it's 6 or 7. Let's do this. This is 10, 15. Of course, 1 plus 5 is 6. So the word air is also 6. So when we utter, we are uttering all of that which we are into the individual. That is so important, to acknowledge ourselves. We are extending part of ourselves to be mirrored back to us. This is why it's important to be genuine in your words and actions. So, of course, and the importance as well, as I say, what is there is also hair. So there you have everyone you are interacting with, there's a relationship. So in that relationship is here and there. It is here and it's there. So of course the serpent, which the word S-E-R-P-E-N-T also equals 7. And here we say with the S word, the S letter is really Mother Eve being very present. And S-E-R, of course, beginning and end. That is the pent, which is 5, meaning the 5-pointed star right here as well. 5, 5, 2. Let's do this. 10, 19, 20, 34. So 34 is 7. Okay. So this is 34 is 7. So this is Mother Eve really, I think this is really a very delicious way of expressing all this. And she is also saying, whoever we are interacting with, we are interacting with a he or a her. Now, we were talking about 3. When we see the magic word, because this was the magic of let there be light, let there, here and there. This is what Mother Eve was saying in one word. In one word, this is the beauty about the words. They have cycles in them. They have other words in them. So she's saying it's like a container, let there, what is here, let it be over there. She is sharing of herself right there. And there's the he and her. And of course, air. The air, we could also use this as the air we are talking about, E-R-E. Of course, we could do that too. Now, I'll just do this as I'm curious. That would be 10, 19. 19, of course. Let's just do the word 19, just to see if by chance it comes to 6. Because 19, T-E-E-N. Okay, let's just do that. So this is 5, 5, 5. Mother Eve is alive. And 5, 5, 9, 5. All these 5s, 19. Wow. I don't think I have done a word with so many words. Wow. So this is, wow. 6 5s, 30. That is 10, 20, 30, 30, 41. Wow. 19 is 41, so that is 5. And of course, if we did the numerical value for the word 5, we would still have 6. That's what I wanted to see about whether the word air, E-R-E, which equals 19, would reflect as 6, which it does. Wow. Wow. Wonderful. Now, let's look at, this is where we see what is here in the heart, and what you have whispered as the words into the heart is really 3 in essence, because the word T-H-E-R-E is really the word 3, which of course is 11. And of course, when we do the numerical value for 11 or 2, because it's also 2, yes, 2, we have seen 2 becomes 13, and 13 is 4. Okay, but 11, ELEVEN, is 9. So this is 5, 3, 5, and Mother Eve is right there in the middle, 4, 5, 5. Okay, so this is 10, 20, 24, plus 3 is 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. Of course, 3 threes are 9. And of course, if we also did 9, we would have 6, and two threes are 6. So we can see the magic of 3 in 6 and 9. We see the magic of 3 in 6, and 9 and 11. We have seen that right here. And basically what is there in 3 in air as well is really hair. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this. This is really truly amazing, really wonderful, the magic of numbers. And as I say, it's really reflective of Mother Eve to remind us about the power of I love you. I don't know how I would just, I'm still going to perhaps put the magic of number 3 when one says I love you. I think something to that effect, because the words are just really so beautiful. Let there be light, and there was light. Thank you.